Hey everyone, Brian Walker at StatWax here as we continue to bring you new insights, tips, and information about how this COVID-19 pandemic is affecting all of us in the higher ed space, primarily with a focus on higher education marketing, how your student acquisition strategies are going, and how you can adapt them to play into this very uncertain, unprecedented time. We at StatWax have been running analysis on our own higher ed campaigns spanning a number of schools of different types and are starting to really see some trends take place as this COVID situation takes hold and we all settle into this, what is essentially a new normal right now across the nation. Um, just last night, our data and analytics team ran some analysis on a few areas of paid search for our clients, and we came away with a few action items that everyone who is running higher ed marketing should be taking action on right now. I hope you come away today with at least 3 or 4 things that you should go and immediately put into place in your paid search higher ed marketing campaigns so that you can save on ad dollars, improve efficiency, and set yourself up well for future success while all of this plays out. So I want to start by really calling your attention to this trends that we are seeing in branded search performance. Now, this is analysis that was done again just last night on the totality of StatWax's higher ed campaigns. So this includes for-profit, traditional university, community college, and online learning. So this is really a good snapshot of the entire higher ed landscape nationwide. And I know without context, the conversion rate, you don't know, is that good, bad? How does that look compared to last year? Take all of that out of mind. The one thing I want you to focus on is the trend since the beginning of March, because that is very different this year than a normal March would be. Branded search performance is typically a nice, steady performer for us. It's a good bet you know that in your own campaigns as well. Since the beginning of March, when this pandemic really started taking hold in the US and all of the shutdowns began, we have seen a steady and rapid week over week decline in the conversion rate from branded search ad traffic. This is to inquiries or applications, depending on the school. Where normally we hovered well above 4, we immediately dipped far below that and had continued to fall. The branded search volume has not changed. It is the conversion rate that has steadily gone down. So we started looking, what reasons, most likely as a result of this COVID situation, what reasons could we tie to that sudden and rapid decline in branded search performance? There are a few key takeaways here. Number one, your prospective students are going to be very hesitant to take action right now. An application and even an inquiry for a college is a big step for a lot of people always to take. It often doesn't happen on day one or on the first site visit. We know this. But the future is so unclear now that time to research and consider is playing out much slower over a longer period of time, even for folks who know the school they're interested in and seek it out by name. There are more questions and pain points that need to be addressed before these prospects are comfortable with going ahead and applying. They are looking to figure out, are there extensions in application deadlines? Is the program they're interested in going to be available for them with the push to online learning? What is the online learning infrastructure at this school? What financial aid will be available? This is a very big one, especially as the job market unfortunately continues to react the way it is to this pandemic. But then even beyond that, we have also seen a very unique outcome of all of this. There are far more branded searches taking place from users who are not even prospects. They are existing students and faculty. This is an unusual, again, unprecedented time. So it stands to reason we're going to see some unusual behaviors that we don't typically see. So the first thing I want you to do after this is go check on your branded search ad campaigns. Look at the search term reports and start getting broader and more creative with your negative keywords. I'll use a specific example from a StatWax client. A community college shifted entirely to online, as almost every college has during this situation, and found that they were not as well set from the get-go to support that as they had thought. There was a lot of deployment of Zoom and WebEx, a lot of walking students and professors through the process of making all that happen to get things underway. Over the last 7 to 10 days in that account, we saw a surge in branded searches with modifiers such as Zoom, WebEx, WebEx instructions, login, etc. We've had to add a lot of negatives that were never under consideration that indicated it was just a student or faculty member searching for ways to adapt to that current climate at the school and had nothing to do with a prospective student. If you're running branded search, you should already for a long time have had negatives in there like login, student portal, registrar, things that certainly indicate an existing student that they might be searching for. This is the opportunity to add to that negative keyword list, expand it with things like Zoom and WebEx or whatever the case may be for your specific school. As you move to online learning, it's a good bet a lot of folks are going to be searching for answers regarding that and how to adapt to it, and just clicking the first result they see. You do not want that to be one of your ads, especially in a time when we're trying to save on marketing spend and be as efficient as possible. The second thing that you need to do, if you don't already, exclude current students and faculty wherever possible across every digital channel. There are two great ways to do this, and hopefully you've already been doing it to some degree if you've been running a hefty search strategy. First, use your Google Analytics to your advantage here. All the pages on your site should be visible in there. Make a list of which ones are only accessed by people who are students or faculty. Things like login, a intranet subdomain, a student portal URL, things of that nature. Group all of them into some audiences for existing students and faculty. Bring that audience into Google Ads and go ahead and exclude it from everything. Unless you are doing a rare campaign specifically targeting those people, you do not want to serve your general ads to existing students and faculty. Another way to go about it, use the internal student and faculty data that you likely have in a CRM or another internal database. Pull that into a CSV file and use it to create custom audiences, those matched audiences that every platform allows: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google, Bing, etc. You can match users to an email address, a phone number, sometimes like with Facebook, even a first, last name and an address. Usually it's an email though. If you're doing this for students, try and use and pull a secondary email. It's not going to work well if you use their school email. Google and Facebook and the like will not be able to match users to a school email a lot of the time. If you pull a secondary personal email, much better chance of creating a good audience. Create those in every platform and exclude them. Between that and the Google Analytics approach, you're going to end up with a pretty accurate way of ensuring you're not paying for existing students and non-prospects to see your ads. You are future-proofing your campaign in this way for a rise in searches that we haven't even necessarily seen yet. Who would have predicted 2 months ago that a school's brand name plus WebEx setup would suddenly be one of the top queries triggering branded search ads? We are future-proofing this as best as possible here. But there is the other side of the coin that we mentioned. There is a hesitancy to act from prospective students. There is a lot of uncertainty out there, whether it is a non-traditional learner who is maybe on the cusp of losing their job and knows they'll need to go back to school, or a high school senior who doesn't know what the future of higher ed even holds because no one has lived through something like this before. Whatever the audience is, what we are seeing on the whole is a decline in applications, but a rise in other value actions that indicate a down funnel user still looking to get information, still looking to continue that research journey. So take a look at this data analysis that our analytics team ran last night. For the past 3 weeks, about the time we started seeing those branded searches convert lower and lower, we have seen a steady week over week decline in the number of applications being completed from ad traffic. At the same time, we have seen a rise in the number of live chats and in the number of phone calls. In the case of phone calls, we're seeing some all-time highs right now. Look at that, in 3 weeks' time, not even 3 weeks, in 14 days' time, we went from 20% of all what we consider value conversion actions being phone calls to more than 29%, and it continues to rise to this day. People still are researching. The prospective student journey is alive and well. It just looks drastically different than it did 2 months ago. They are not applying right off the bat and waiting to start that piece of the journey. They are trying to get in touch with someone and get answers to questions to make them feel comfortable about what the future holds for your school or for this particular program. How can you get out ahead of this and instill trust and confidence and keep them down that path to an eventual application? Number one, over-inform wherever possible. Right when you're done watching this, go check your ad copy, check your landing page messaging. Be upfront and transparent with any changes in application deadlines, any changes in the scheduled starts of your classes or your semester. Let them know what programs are available online, what the state of your online learning even looks like, if it's for all programs, if it's for certain groups. Let them know, are you even enrolling in this program right now? Anything you can give to let someone feel comfortable about what the future holds for them at your school will help, because the data says this is what they're trying to reach out for before applying or moving any further. Additionally, I draw your attention again to the rise in live chats. If you don't have a chatbot on your website, you're missing a golden opportunity here, especially with the younger demographic of prospective students. A chatbot allows you to automatically answer questions or engage a prospect without having to staff it with an actual admissions rep or a call center employee. A lot of places are shut down, social distancing, etc. It's a good bet you don't have an operating full call center right now anyway. You can't staff a whole room full of people manning phones. The next best thing is a chatbot to help prospects on your website still get the answers they need to feel comfortable in the next step, because again, the data says that's what they're looking to do. And then finally, again, remember, the journey isn't ending for these prospects. It is simply changing and lengthening. They are sitting at home. Many have lost their jobs. They are taking more time to figure out what the future holds and how things are going to look a month from now. That means you need to extend out that marketing journey. Be lengthier and more aggressive with your remarketing strategy. Set your look back windows a little bit longer. Relax your frequency capping if you're using it on things like display or video. Add more channels into your remarketing strategy, and maybe shift some spend onto it to be more aggressive with additional touch points to, again, instill that trust, keep your school top of mind. These prospects are already deep in the funnel, especially the ones on branded search, especially the ones making live chats and phone calls. They're deep in the funnel. They're just taking longer to feel more comfortable with the decision they make. You can use a longer remarketing strategy to play into that without losing them along the way. This is just the tip of the iceberg we feel in the changing trends that we're going to see from prospective students. None of us know exactly how this COVID situation is going to end up playing out or how long it's going to last. The best we can do is monitor and identify changing patterns in search behavior, prospect behavior, research, etc., and be proactive about adjusting our digital strategies accordingly so that you don't find yourself blowing your ad budget and ruining your goals and your efficiency during such an unpredictable time. StatWax is going to continue these videos, bringing you insights with the actual data that we see playing out in our own campaigns. I hope you'll continue to join us and take something from this and take some immediate action to help future-proof your own campaigns. If at any point you have questions or would like to talk further about what we're seeing and adjusting on our side, please don't hesitate to visit our website, call us directly, or email me directly. We are all in this together. None of us knows how it will fully play out, but we are all here to make sure we all come out the other side healthier for it. So I hope to see you all again, and thank you very much.